Hello everyone and welcome to Net Crypto, where you get important information and news about all coins and tokens of interest. And today we are taking a look at Meme coin. Is it legit or is it a scam? Is it going to be the next Pepe? Is it going to go to Binance? That's the questions that we're going to be those are the questions we are going to be answering in this video, right? So one of the things that I want to say right off the bat is I like their white paper, and I'm going to be telling you why right now. And by the way, I am not sponsored by this project, nor have I ever been sponsored on this channel, and will never ever accept a sponsorship from a project that is not at least 1 year old, right? With a track record. So taking a look at this one, let's jump into the white paper. It says Meme Tokenomics. Meme coin is a digital token compatible with the ERC20 token standard. Meme has no functions, no utility, and no intrinsic value, no promise or expectation of any financial return, profit, interest, or dividend. There is no roadmap and there is no promise or expectation that any ecosystem will even be developed for Meme. Right? Meme is completely useless and for entertainment purposes only. How clear can a project be? Right? There are tons of projects that we have dealt with on this channel that could have avoided a lot of stuff if they had something like this as the main pillar of their project, right? So this one, they are saying we don't promise anything. There is no updates, no news, nothing. Don't expect anything, right? It's purely for entertainment purposes only. So now the question that is burning is the price, right? What price is the right price to buy this one, right? So if you take a look at this one is here on Max, right? One of the things that you can see is the current price point is around there at 0.022, right? 0.021, 0.022. It did drop a bit, so we are around this price point, right? And one of the things that is absolutely crazy about this is the low was 0.005 in the last 24 hours. That was the low, 0.005. And it pumped to 0.1, right? That's a crazy percentage that you are seeing right there. Crazy percentage, right? That's an absolutely crazy percentage that you can see, appreciation that you can see in terms of that, right? So is it going to go back to 0.2 to 0.1? Well, now a lot of people know about meme, a lot of people are coming into it, and one of the things that is important to note is the supply, right? The supply is 69 billion, and currently the top 10 holders, actually token holders is 3,900, right? So almost 4,000 in terms of holders, and the top 10, they are holding 96% of the supply. That's a recipe for a token dump. It can happen. They've said, don't expect anything in this token, right? We can just come and dump this token on anyone, right? Because the top 10, they hold 96%. So if you are buying somewhere there in the top bottom, you are putting in $1,000, you are putting in $100, $50, right? There are guys who are holding 96%. They can just drop this thing at any time, but at the same time, it can be the next Pepe. It can continue to pump, right? Especially with what we are seeing already. It has moved much faster than the other project we talked about, Wall Street Memes. Wall Street Memes was actually positioning itself to be the next Pepe, but it failed dismally with what has happened within that team. But this one is moving very fast because we know that Pepe, from listing, right, from launching to Binance, it took 3 weeks. Less than a month. 3 weeks, right? So is Meme token going to be that, right? At this stage, we just don't know, but the metrics, if you look at Twitter, 2.4 million followers. Now, is this true that there are actually 2.4 million followers in Meme token? I don't believe there are 2.4 million followers, right? Unless maybe if this was a Twitter account that had a bunch of other millions of followers and repurposed, or it purchased followers, right? 2.4 million followers is absolutely crazy. How can you have 2.4 million followers and yet only about 4,000 are holding? Yes, we do know that once a token is on a centralized exchange, they are much more. So this figure that we see here of 4,000, it could be 9,000, 10,000, 15,000, counting everyone else who is going to be buying this token on a centralized exchange, right? But how can you have such a low number of token holders, right? But then you've got 2.4 million followers, which is absolutely crazy, right? That figure there for me, it's not really giving me a lot of confidence, right? The Twitter figure that we see of 2.4 million here is just crazy, right? So be extremely careful here, guys. This thing can dump at any moment, or it can also fly high upwards. Highly volatile token we're talking about. What's the safe price to buy this one? From what we are seeing here of 0.005 and also zero point 0.1, the safe price to buy for me, right, personally, will be around the 0.009 price range, around there, right? But there's no telling whether it is ever going to go and drop to that price point, because the price point where it is right now is not extremely bad, but you can lose a lot, right? Because if you buy at this current price point and then it does actually drop to 0.009, right? That's pretty bad, right? 0.005. I don't think it's going to go to 0.005, right? But maybe 0.009, it might reach that price point, right? This price point that you are seeing here is absolutely crazy, right? It's highly volatile. This token, anything can happen. We are sitting at this range right here. Are we going to be seeing it dropping all the way down to where it started here? And we are sort of like in the middle right there. And if it pumps, how much of a pump can we expect into this one? Can it reach 4? Is it possible for it to reach 4? It's possible, right? But you have to be extremely careful with this one. That's one thing that I'm just going to say. That's one thing I'm going to say with this one. You need to be extremely, extremely careful. But it is moving fast. That's one thing that we have to give it. It's moving fast. Now we just have to wait and see how many more other exchanges are going to list it, right? Because it's the rule of Tokenomics, whoever comes in first, right? That's what it is for this one. So for me, this one, definitely, I'm not going to label it a scam, because they are just upfront about everything. The top 10 are holding 96% of the supply. They can drop it at any time, right? Or they can hold and wait to see if this thing is going to be listed everywhere. Is it going to be the next Pepe, right? But what, in my experience, what I've seen is these tokens, the people who launch these tokens, they launch tons and tons of them every day. One of them will be a Pepe, right? And when they see that they are onto something, the number of people investing are increasing, and there's a possibility to go to Binance, they hold on, right? Because once you've got something scammy like a crazy token dump, Binance is not going to come close to you, right? They usually do those things after the Binance listing. So for this one right now, it's extremely volatile in terms of the price point. The current price point, anything can basically happen at this stage, right? Will it ever return to 0.1, right? It's anyone's guess, right? It is possible, it's anyone's guess. Will it pump beyond the 0.02? It's very possible. It's very possible, because there's lots of interest. A lot of people are learning about this token. So a lot of money is going to be flowing in, right? But also it can also drop drastically, depending on what the people who created it want to do, because they are holding 96% of the supply, right? That's the truth about this one. So this one, I'm not going to label it a scam, but just know your risk. The risk here is a token dump. The price can drop in seconds and your money can be worth nothing, right? So be very careful. But one thing that we do know, the people behind this token would want to hold on and see if the momentum will continue. But once the momentum slows down, it's extremely risky, right? So this is just something I wanted to share with you for this one. Let me know, what do you think about this token, right? What do you think about it? Contract is not renounced. 8 days ago, that's when the contract was deployed. Ownership is not renounced, right? That's also another area of concern, right? I would appreciate if it was renounced, but anyway, right, it is what it is, right? But so let me know, what do you think down there in the description, and don't forget to join the Net Crypto membership, right? If you want exclusive content showing you, we've got a competition there, not a competition, right? I've got a challenge where I am trying to convert $50 to $1,000. It's extremely hard, right? So if you want to get that exclusive content, you just join the Net Crypto membership. And as part of a Net Crypto member, you can also request me to review any token of your choice, right? Because we have a membership badge on the side of your name, and if I see any of those comments requesting for a token review, I do it within 48 hours. So let me know what you think about this token, meme coin. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.